and today, well, today I have made a terrible mistake. I'll talk about that in a second, but let's give people some time to filter in. And as I do that, let me show off a couple of the pieces of gear that are on my table that are interesting that I'm going to be reviewing here shortly. First off, actually, is this little guy. This is the Three River Knives Nomad. I'm sorry, it is. Well, it's Three Rivers Manufacturing, I suppose. But this is a very interesting little knife. It's actually a slip joint sort of thing, which is kind of interesting and makes this a very interesting, compelling little small choice here, which is cool. This little guy is by Kaiser Knives, and it is the Kaiser Corto, which literally means short, even though the blade actually isn't all that short. But it's an interesting little piece. The Kaiser Knives Lundqvist Wanderer, which is another interesting piece here. And then, actually, what was in my pocket today is this big guy right here. This is the, I still got a little schmutz on it. Anyways, this is the Hindra Knives MP1. There we go. And this is a very interesting piece, actually. It's from Hindra Knives, obviously, hence it being called a Hindra Knives knife. But it's a full titanium piece. Actually, it's got a lot of improvements relative to the XM18s I've had in the past. So, the detent on this guy is actually strong enough that it deploys reliably most of the time, which is nice. And the action, good centering, things like that. Pardon me. So, there's a lot of good here. And so I got a whole bunch of exciting stuff coming up, along with I'm trying to get through kind of the backlog of donated gear, things like that, and hoping to have some great videos for you guys for Christmas. But that's actually not why I'm here to talk to you guys today. I'm here to talk to you all today because I have made a terrible mistake. So, sometime back, I forget exactly when, I decided to start a Patreon account. Patreon is a crowdfunding service whereby my loyal fans, and frankly disloyal ones, I don't discriminate, but I assume they're all loyal, are able to actually donate to the channel every month. They dedicate a certain amount, and every month I get, $5, $10, whatever a month. When I set this up, this was just like a pie in the sky, like, okay, yeah, maybe one or two people are going to sign up, maybe just a couple of people value it. At the time, I thought, okay, maybe I'll get like $50. It'll defray a shipping cost or something. And so I set up a bunch of goals. And my goals were like crazy optimistic. Okay, if I get, $300 a month, I think I'll go to Blade Show. And indeed, I got that. And indeed, I went to Blade Show. And I set up other goals, and I set up other goals, and I keep setting these goals up. And I set a goal that was ridiculously high. This was never, ever going to freaking happen. I set a $1,000 a month goal. And that's where I made my terrible mistake, because that goal was this, right here from the website. If I reach $1,000 a month, I said, sacrifice in the name of fundraising. If I end up with $1,000 a month in support, I will EDC the Z Hunter for an entire week and post a series of videos detailing my pain. Please make me suffer. This was, in retrospect, a strategic and tactical error. I did not make a good choice here. And unfortunately, I have now hit $1,000 a month in Patreon support. Mind you, this is a wonderful thing, and I want to thank deeply everybody who came into there to do that, particularly one patron whose name I'm forgetting right now, and I feel awful about that, who went out of his way to actually pledge like something like $16.01 in order to get me over the 1,000 just to make this happen. You magnificent bastards. Thank you. Now, this presents me with just a number of problems, actually. One of them is that the Z Hunter, the original, the one that I picked up from the gas station originally, has some major functional issues. For instance, the fact that there is no longer a stop pin because it came flying out during use. The fact that it is, well, just an awful knife in every way, but perhaps even more awful than most. And frankly, there's a lot of sentimental attachment to this particular little guy. If I lost this, I would just be just sad. And so I can't carry that Z Hunter every day. So instead, I have a task ahead of me, and I'm going to do that task live. I need to find a Z Hunter that is actually worth a damn that I need to carry for the next week. And to do that, well, I came equipped. As many of you may know, as part of my Patreon gifts, God, I'm ashamed right now. I offer Z Hunters to people who pledge to support me on Patreon, and I have a couple of them around. Now I need to find a good one. So let's go ahead and pop open a couple of Z Hunters here and talk a little bit about quality control. Yeah, each one of them is sealed with 4 pieces of tape, as if that were adequate enough to contain the deep disease and contagion here within this. And so let's just take a look randomly at a Z Hunter. I'm hoping desperately that this one right here is going to be just perfection and that it'll lock up, well, frankly, at all. But we will be No. Okay. Oh, wait, I could get it to lock up if I really jammed it open. Here, let's flip it again. Did it lock? This one's locking up. It's got substantial blade play, though. What's the centering like? The centering's actually okay. This is one of the better ones already. Wait, what's going on there? Okay, the scales are kind of wanting to come apart already, and the pivot is mostly loose. You know what? This one's okay. I'm actually surprised. A lot of the Z Hunters I get on a regular basis, I actually just don't lock up at all, which is not well, actually, it's about what we might expect in the world. But that one's okay. We're going to leave this as a hopeful contender there, but I think I might be able to do a little bit better, depending. It varies from batch to batch. A lot of these guys are just even more awful here. Okay, this one is a slip joint. So if we pop this guy open here, this one does not lock up at all. All right, no problem. We'll put this one right back into the box and send it off to somebody who promises me that they will not carry it, because that's kind of a prerequisite here. Let's go ahead and pop this little guy open, see how we're doing here. All right, what's your story? Okay. This has a lockup of approximately 0.2, maybe? And I don't mean that like as a percentage expression. No, I mean it is like 0.2%. That's not doing so swinging. And the centering is kind of a wreck. Oh, no, not locking up that time. Yeah, let's fling that out. Okay, there we go. Now we could get a 90% lockup there, but I'm not feeling this guy. I think we can still do a little bit better here. Do better. Yeah, okay, better has left the freaking table already. Let's try this little guy. In some ways, this becomes a meditation on quality control and what it is that we pay a real company to do, rather than, like, okay, this one they didn't even bother putting tape on it, which is excellent. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, this one's locking up. Looks to be about 10%. That's not bad. There's no blade play. Centering is okay. Have we found ourselves a winner? Okay, you gonna reliably walk up here? That was a crack. I'm scared by that cracking sound. I don't like that. What is that cracking sound? Okay, it's gone away. I'm assuming then that we're okay here. This could actually be a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap. Really? Oh, but look at this edge. Well, actually, you can't see it, but holy crap. It's spectacularly dull. This is like seriously freaking dull. Yeah, okay, it penetrates, but yeah. I think this one's better. This is our current winner there. It's dull as a freaking butter knife. I can fix that, though. I will be putting a mirrored edge on whatever Z Hunter I end up choosing, because I'm an idiot here. Yeah, the respecting. So one of my lovely viewers just pointed out, Nick, how are you going to use this knife in front of people that I respect? That's gonna be a little bit of a problem for me. I'm being completely honest. I haven't yet come to terms with that. Right now my plan is to flit in and out of the shadows there. Hoping that desperately, I can disappear into a sealed office to do any cut. Okay, that's 110% lockup. Let's go on ahead and put this little guy back away. Whoopsies. But I'm hoping that I may be able to hide my shame by doing so in some sort of a productive way. Writ dye the green. Ooh, that could be nice. Move to something a little more festive, maybe? I don't know. Although green, I could claim it's Christmas themed. I just need to splash some red on it. Actually, I'm sure Z Hunter does that too. Vinny Nero is asking, why do I give everything a wrist flick? Well, Vinny, it's because I'm actually used to knives, well, like this, that are, well, not so great at flipping out. Because if I don't wrist flick this guy, it flips out to about this level. And that's just not great. And so if I do this, now it's actually locking up, which is good. Kind of locking up. Okay, and when I unlocked that when the scale came loose, all right, back in the, back in the thing. Isn't it assisted, Vinny Nero asks. Why, yes, Vinny, it is. Does that actually matter? No. That's the thing, like, assisted, the joy of all of this is that, like, okay, assisting is a nice little shortcut from, like, okay, here is terrible, and then he is like, okay, assisting a knife is able to convert a terrible knife into something that is like this okay. But the problem is the Z Hunter is starting so low that, it's coming from down here. And so assisting the knife is only bringing it up to terrible. And so unfortunately, it's just not going to do enough for me here. I mean, relying on an assist here, like, I don't need an assist for these knives. I need an old priest and a young priest. It's not a possibility here. Spray red Loctite over the one I choose. Oh, I don't even know that I'd wish that on a Z Hunter. And I may have to just, auction this one off or something for charity at the end. Okay, whoa, hold on a second. Hold the freaking phone, people. This one's doing pretty good. This is like a quality freaking, well, okay. It's got a little bit of a tactical maraca thing going on here. That's even actually more terrifying. So what stopped me there is that this knife was producing loud shaking noises, and then it stopped abruptly. And that's almost scarier, believe it or not, because that means that there's something in there that's loose right now that is stopped being loose. And I don't like that. I'm scared. Oy, oy, oy. Are you a good choice? Here, let's compare this to the current winner. That time this one didn't lock up. All right, back in the box you go. I think we're going with Captain Maraca right now. Hopefully we're going to do a little bit better than that. But you are currently, this is like the Survivor Z Hunter edition here. So we'll leave you up in the corner here. Move that one back to the area. All right. Keep on moving along here, guys. This is gonna be a marathon. The more times you flip them open. Oh, that's good. Wait a second, hold on. This guy is currently fully locked, like it is completely open. The blade is up against the stop pin, and it is just not locking at all, which means that this is so far out of tolerance that the lock bar is not even like it's not even a thing. Is it? Oh, that's the case. I'm going to see if I can I zoom in right now? No, I can't. Actually, yes, I can. Hold on. I can do this, I think. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and put a loop. That's right. You're going to see a Z Hunter in Super Zoom edition here. All right. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Can you see the huge freaking burr on either side of that lock face? Maybe. There you go. See right in the corner there, you got that big old chunk of metal sticking up off the side there. That's preventing this from locking up. So that's going to be your issue here, and this guy's going to go right back into the bag. All right. We tried. Current survivor of the fittest is up there. Oh, guys. The respect thing is still a question. Like because the thing is, like, have a moment of sympathy for me. I'm super grateful for all the support this is indicating, but I've really painted myself into a corner here because the thing is, a lot of people where I work don't know that I have a YouTube channel. It's part of the reason I don't show my face. Why I ask my fans to respect my privacy is because, well, and so I can't just like bust this green neon freaking corncob thing out of my pocket and then just if someone asks, oh, I've got a channel, it's a joke for because then I have to so I have to try and sell this. And because the clip on this guy, pardon me, sorry, I'm sick even thinking about this, is hanging this far up. I'm gonna have skulls sticking out of. Oh, guys, poor choice. It's like the freaking Raiders of the Lost Ark. I have chosen poorly. All right, so this one's going away here. Oh, man. If my face melts on camera, by the way, I lost a bet. Yeah, that's a good idea. What was the bet? I don't know what the bet was. I'm going to have to come up with something really good. Distribute the rejects around the... Okay, that's a new one. This is having vertical and horizontal blade play, which is pretty excellent here. The scale is sticking way up above the liner here, which is impressive because that's injection molded. So yeah, I'm very sick. There we go. Thank you very much, Downsy the Bear. That is the best answer I've got. And so this one, unfortunately, is well, I'm not going to hate the player, the blade player, that is, but I am going to hate its game. So sorry, little guy. Back in there, drill a Spidey hole. Boom, you've got yourself a Delica. Oy, oy, oy. I need a Z Hunter advent calendar. Oh, God. That is the funny thing. Somebody just mentioned that these are illegal in the UK. That is indeed true. And in fact, historically speaking, when Patreon patrons who... oh, what's your issue? This is just, like, delightfully rough. Like, this is, like, seriously... This doesn't have Teflon bearing or washers. This has, like, a... You know, at the bottom of, like, an old mine where you see that big pile of rocks and dirt and whatnot? That's what the pivot of this is running on. This is just awful. People are saying, oh, this is my first live stream I've ever caught. I'm so sorry. You picked the wrong one. So, currently, the Maraca is still... That's the winner here. Okay, so we can go ahead and leave the glacial moraine pivot on the table here. We are running out of Z Hunters. It's looking like the Maraca may be the winner here. Add a wave opener. Oy, oy, oy. It's almost got that there ready for it. Okay, that's awesome. We have ourselves another Z Hunter slip joint. There we go. Oh, cool. And look at that blade centering. That is 100% rubbing up against the scales. Captain Maraca. Oh, man. That's spectacular. For those of you just coming in, I made a terrible mistake and offered as a Patreon reward. If I hit 1,000 a month, I would EDC the Z Hunter for a week. And I'm trying to find one that's actually good enough to EDC for a week. But that's just probably not going to happen. The EDCing is going to happen. It's the good enough. It's otherwise. And so, yeah. Oh, that's good. I thought that locked up for a second, but no. It turns out that the one of the joys of the Z Hunter here, which you'll see if you look at the disassembly video, is that the tent ball isn't actually a ball. They have just actually cut off like a little piece of wire or a little stud or something like that and just like slashed it off and put that up against the blade. And so sometimes these guys feel like they lock up, but what you're actually feeling is the tang of the blade up against that horizontal wall that is the tent pole, if you will. And that's just, yeah. Oy, oy, oy. So, yeah. That one's going to be that's going to be a loser. Well, I think the real loser here is the guy who bought these. So I want you all to picture, by the way, the simple fact that I have this many Z Hunters on my table indicates that I have purchased this many Z hunters. And that's not something I'm super... Sorry, that was new. This is like... It's got a very, very... Well, oh no, that's just the detent pole here. There we go. Is that a huge burr on the detent ball? Come on, people. You can do better than that. Oy, oy, oy. But this has a surprisingly smooth action. This is very smooth for a Teflon knife, except that it doesn't actually lock up, and that it has... Oh, that's why it's so smooth. It has massive amounts of vertical and horizontal blade play. So basically the pivot isn't tight on it. So yeah, that's going to make for a nice and smooth action. You can have a very smooth action rolling this across the table. That doesn't mean that, it helps with it being a pivot and whatnot. But anyways, this means I actually had to purchase all of these freaking Z Hunters, and that's no freaking good. That means I had to, and multiple times this has happened now, I have reached out to a distributor and said, I need to buy a bunch of knives. And each time I called, and so, okay, picture this. Some jackass calls up some random crappy knife distributor. And, I say, hi, I'd like to buy some knives in bulk. Do you offer a bulk discount? Well, yes, sir, yes, we do. And they say, sir, they're expecting that this is somebody of taste, of sophistication, somebody with, some basic standing in the world who really deserves oxygen and whatnot. But then it's Nick Shabazz. And so yes, what knife can we help you with, sir? And then I have to say, and each time it's a little bit... I want the ZB138GN. And there's always, okay, certainly, click. You hear her typing, and you hear them stop. There's always that pregnant pause there, where it's like that they have now gone far enough to realize that I am buying a neon green corncob knife with skulls on it. And so there's that moment where they're like, okay, I'm not going to judge him. I'm going to try really hard not to judge him. And they get it together. This person keeps it together. All right, so how many of these are you interested in? Oh, I don't know, 50? I'm sorry, say that again? 15? No, that's 550. Okay, sir. And then we work through it, and they offer me a nice discount. I suspect out of just pure, sympathy. Is anybody who's buying... Oh, did I actually check this one? I mean, it's terrible. I know that. Whoa, hold on. Is this not terrible? Okay, the pivot is slightly loose. You can see here it's sticking up way above on this side. What's wrong with you here? Blade play is not bad. The lockup is 50%. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Okay, we got to compare this to Captain Maraca here. Okay, we're about... Now, this one's got a little more play than this. And it doesn't have that sketchy rattling to it. I think Captain Maraca has been dethroned. Okay, I'm sorry, Captain Maraca. You're going back in the box here, buddy. Gonna have to shake up somebody else's life, huh? Okay. Yeah, so anyways, this is a thing I do on a regular basis, and it is a sign of how much I love and respect my Patreon patrons that I'm willing to do this. I mean, and there's always a comedy in buying large numbers of implausible things. It's one thing to go into a pharmacy or something and buy condoms. It's another thing to go into a pharmacy and buy 800 condoms. Same thing with Z Hunters. Although actually, no, it's always a shame to go someplace and buy a Z Hunter. But buying 50 of them, maybe that just feels more like a mental illness of some variety or another. So this one actually, the lockup on it is, oh, that's a nice burr on the detent pole there. That's excellent. The lockup on it isn't bad, but the action, oh, never mind. Did it just slip joint? Oh, do you hear that? Listen to this nice, beautiful closing action here. Disengage. Ah, okay. I must have broken the burr off the detent pole. Either way. Oy. Yeah, it's unpleasant. Can I upgrade to the $8 model? I thought about that. I thought very, very hard about, okay, I said I have to carry a Z Hunter, but honestly, I shouldn't shirk away from this challenge. This is a sign of the support of the community and my dearest fans and patrons who really want to make. Oh, I'm sorry, that was not dedicated to the fans. That was. Oh, God, this one's awful. This one's extra awful. So not only is the scale scraping, but this has an action that is like. So have you ever seen those like the big jellyfish, but not like the graceful ones that they put on display at like the zoo because they're pretty, but like the jellyfish that just look like somebody took a sack of industrial waste and let it float around with a bunch of stuff hanging behind that'll kill you. This feels like the pivot is greased with a bunch of those. Um, because not only does it not fully lock up, and there's some nice dirt on there or something like that. Or is that burn marks? Did they try and kill this one with fire? But either way, this feels like it's got a couple of those in there that are, yeah. We're just gonna go on ahead and put the cuttlefish here back into the box and move it along. Right here we have some of these. Actually, I'm surprised we haven't had a flat out just shattered Z Hunter yet. A couple of times I've opened the box to find just like parts coming off of the plastic. I still have the Broken Skull Z Hunter edition that I once discovered, which was like actually just like this was shattered down the middle when I pulled it out of the box. Okay, hold on. Oh, never mind. This has got a just spectacularly grinding action. Oh, look, they didn't even fully grind the blade tang there. Just left the whole portion of the corner unground there. Ay, ay, ay. What was that heresy? You should have disassembly of all of these for my next Patreon goal. Do you have any idea how long that would take me? I a disassembly of a Z Hunter is itself a fraught business. But like I would come out of that with like green bleeding scars all over my body. This is the last of the Z Hunters, guys. So if it's gonna beat this guy, it's better it better be good. I almost regret putting Captain Maraca back. He did have some character, but this is the that one's already. Oh, that's excellent. Look at this, guys. The amount of effort here in assembling and boxing this knife, they didn't even bother to fully apply the tape. They just put the tape on here and it wasn't long enough and they just said, screw it, and did one of those. That's like when you screw up taping the box shut. That's quality right there. All right. Oh, look, I'm loving this blade centering already. Take a look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, I got it. Partly. Oh, that's a nice little detent burr. This may be the worst of them yet. Oh, wow. You, my friend. Oh, and listen to that rattle, too. This is just a very, very special Z Hunter. And I mean special not in the positive sense, particularly. This is just. Yeah. Will it even lock up? Okay. Okay, with like a Tim Wakefield style. It actually did lock up at about 50%. There we go. Now let's see if that fixed it. No, that did not. All right. Well, this is not going to be the winner, although it is in some ways the winner in our heart. So, that's kind of the situation here. I have the Z Hunters, and I have the winner here. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, Nick, the next step clearly is they're going to be to disassemble in this and maintain it. And make sure that this Z Hunter, oh God, the centering. I just noticed the centering on this guy. Look, I can live with that. In a land of blind men, the man with one eye is king. I could live with this centering. I've lived with it from much more expensive brands before. Ay, ay, ay. And with the action like this, I have to make it okay. But people are thinking, well, okay, next step's going to be disassemble it, toot it, make it perfect. But the problem is the Z Hunter is unlike anything else, in that you can see here that these screws here are going straight into the plastic on the other side. Actually, can we see wear marks? Wait a second. Okay, no, that chimping's always been there. But the moment that you turn these screws again, you actually start to see this screw trying to like penetrate through the other side or fatiguing this plastic. So really, if I adjust anything on this knife, I am running the risk of just utter destruction. So I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do instead, so I'm going to use, so this is the 5-weight nano oil. I don't use this as much, but the thing that this is very nice for is it is very, very thin. And so what I can do is use this needle applicator here to get just a little bit of it into the area where the washers live. And that should help to smooth this out. It's kind of like street sweeping a Michigan road. I mean, you're not actually really helping anything, but you feel a little better about it. So yeah, a lot of people are asking me to disassemble, and I respect your desires there, but I have this guy almost in okay shape, and I'm not going to risk that. There's no play on either dimension here. The lockup appears to be safe. I think we have a winner here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have a winner. Ooh, that's nice. You can see this little knob? That's where they broke the handles apart. Let's go to the next one. I'm already risking my safety. I am indeed. So, okay. I have myself the Z Hunter I'm going to carry for the next week. I don't love that sentence. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. Remember, by the way, this knife, I sent one of these to Cedric A. to Gear and Outdoors. Mind you, it was the Australian edition, meaning I de-assisted it, which means that the blade just flops around. This has no detent ball, no detent hole. Well, it has no detent ball either. It's got the detent pole. But so as a result, without the assist in there, it just kind of flops back and forth in an awkward way. I don't even think his was one of the ones that locked up, but he, bless his heart, put a nice edge on it and did his steel test on there, where it got a whopping, I want to say, 5 cuts, as opposed to Maximate, which ended up with, I think, was it 400 some odd? Yeah. So this is not going to be a good steel. Let's check what the sharpness looks like out of the box. Okay. There appears to be a very small area here on the blade. Oh no, the edge is rolled. Never mind. It's just catching on the burr. Let's try a different area here. That's not cutting. Try one more. Okay, there is one little area here that actually cuts. That's pretty excellent. I'm pretty sure Nick is a majority shareholder of Z Hunter. If I were a shareholder or something, I'd be demanding these for freaking free. Because the fact that I'm paying money for these is a constant source of absurdity in my life. Oh, God, and that's right. This is a left side tip down only knife. Oh. Because the flipper tab is over here and it's assisted. So if I put it in my right pocket, oh God. Okay. So we have a Z Hunter. That's good. Here, I want to give this guy every chance. I should probably give him a name or something. I don't know what you would call a zombie. Do zombies get names? I don't know. Go figure, right? Rob? Could call him Rob. Rob Zombie, right? Interesting musician. Yeah, Rob works. I'm also soliciting other names. Name it George. That's got an Ice and Men kind of feeling to it that I'm not necessarily loving. But you know, I see it. Dave. People are soliciting random names. I'm happy to take other name ideas and suggestions here. I'm giving this guy a little bit of oil, not because it's stainless, not because it's not a stainless steel. In fact, I'd almost be a little surprised if it were a steel at all. I mean, it says right here it is a stainless steel, and it's got the coating on there, but I want this guy to feel a little bit of love once in its life. Maybe this is my moment of sympathy for the devil here. Shaun of the Dead, that's not bad. Bernie, for Weekend at Bernie's. Although he wasn't really a zombie, just a corpse. Yeah, I cannot believe I'm talking about naming a Z Hunter here. Um, Oy, oy, oy. Swamp Thing. Sean Shabazz. It's not bad. Oy, oy, oy. Scully. Scully's not bad, too. It's got a nice X-Files thing to it. Oh, yeah, I can see that. And then, God. But then I'm going to start talking to it, and that's really just not going to help my overall respectability. Patrice. Where did Patrice come from? That's kind of a ridiculous name for that. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, Tracy for short. I have an aunt named Patrice. I don't think she'd appreciate I don't think she'd appreciate that. Oh, good God. It's an aluminum lead alloy blade. Yeah, actually, I probably do now have lead poisoning, so sorry about that, guys. If I appear to be getting dumber. Although, actually, let's be real here. I can't get much dumber than when I wrote this thing to start with. So, yeah, there's the Z Hunter. Next step is going to be to throw this guy, and I'm going to do this off camera because I am just not that great at sharpening, and I want to make sure that I do it right. But I'm going to try and get this guy to a very, very fine polished edge, and I'll put the results on the Instagram there. And so, yeah, I have a Z Hunter. The thing is, though, I know that there may come a time this week where I simply cannot use this knife, whether it's due to societal constraints, whether it's due to complete and total hardware failure of this knife, whether it's just so dull that I can no longer do it. I am finding myself in a situation where I need a backup. How many of you, well, I suspect many of you have seen the TV show Top Gear. This is in many ways, it was a great show before all the hosts departed, and it then became the Grand Tour on the Amazon, where it is now an entertaining show. Was previously. But every time that they did a car test thing, usually where they would take a terrible car and try and get it through the jungle or something like that, they would have a backup car. But the trick was you don't want to make the backup car particularly attractive. And so, a buddy of mine, a guy named Eric down in Louisiana, he sent me something recently, and I took one look at it on an Instagram live stream and realized very quickly exactly what it was going to be. It was going to be just a second here. It is going to be a good backup piece. This little gem is going to be my backup knife. Now, this is by Black Legion, which is pretty excellent, and I think goes nicely with the Z Hunter. I've never heard of this brand before. I'm slightly frightened of it, honestly. And, yeah. So, there were a number of issues that make this thing just terrible. I mean, okay, let's start off. Take a look at the pocket clip here. That's pocket clip. The pocket clip on this knife is bigger than the knife itself, which is pretty excellent in and of itself. So that's pretty spectacular. Next question, which one is the flipper tab? Well, that's kind of a matter of trial and error here. You kind of just got to press, and then you got to press. And sooner or later, if you get yourself positioned properly, and by the way, it is not straightforward to flip this knife because there's not really a good place to grip, but once you get there, you can pop it open. And then this little thing is revealed here. So, mind you, I have no problem with the US of A. I live here. But the thing is, this little blade here, and mind you, this side is not sharpened. And actually, mind you, this side isn't actually really sharpened either. Both of these sides are just pretty spectacularly awful. But it does appear to lock up. Yeah, it locks up. Um, God, they didn't even like properly rotate it there. Yeah, but it does have a Tonto blade. I can indeed sharpen this, and this will keep an edge long enough for me to go home to the next Z Hunter. But I really don't want to bust this out. The biggest reason for that is I'd like to highlight here. God bless the USA. This right here is an American flag. This is, many of you might think, well, Nick, why are you making fun of this knife? This is an intense, oh God, that freaking assist is out of control, powerful. Like, even closing this thing is not trivial. Um, but why are you blasting this knife? What's wrong with the American flag? What's wrong? But I'd like to juxtapose two things real quick. Handcrafted in China, God bless the US of A. That's right. This right here is a Chinese American flag knife. Yeah. Yeah. So, this I believe is, good God, that assist is something else, is going to be my backup knife for the week. Chimerican. Yes, that it is indeed. Because I really don't want to be busting this guy out because it is almost terrible anyways. Although actually, ergonomically speaking, it's not so terrible because you get a nice big grip here. You get some jimping. But, oh man. But this is Starbucks safe, which is an important thing. And, yeah. Gamma Ray Burst is asking, what about the Spyderco Roadie? Why not carry that as a backup? That's a good idea, absolutely. And in fact, if I were smart, that's what I'd be doing. But the problem is, if the Roadie is my backup option, I have very little desire to pull out the Z Hunter because this is a great knife. I'm sorry, no, I did not say that. That was a slip of the tongue. The Roadie, is a great knife, which I happen to have in my pocket today. This is not. And so if my backup knife is going to be incredible, then no, I did not say that. But if I know that my backup knife is good, then I'm going to be really inclined to use my... Oh, no, that's going to go on a clip show or something, and I'm just over. That's okay. This week may kill me anyways. Does the Chimerica have 50 stars? Actually, it's a good question. How many states do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm thinking maybe that's a state. Maybe it's a small state. That's Rhode Island right there. It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Is that another state? Maybe it's Delaware? 30. Did I count that one already? Maybe. Maybe it's a state, maybe it's not. It's Puerto Rico. There you go. So yeah, this is acknowledging the 30 states of the U.S. of freaking A. Oh, the pivot screw is a state. Yeah, it'd have to be Alaska, I guess, being as big as it is. Yeah, D.C. A little smudge on the rest of America. No offense to people who live in D.C., just people who work there. Whoops, did I say that out loud? Anyways, moving along. Yay, politics. But moving along. Yeah, so this is celebrating the 30-state joy that is the U.S. of A. Oh, China. That's the thing. Nick said the Z Hunter is a great knife, and he donated money. Oh, thank you. Oh, my gratitude is unbounded. I'm trying to lubricate this here, and did that improve the action? Actually, yeah, it kind of did. Wow, that got even snappier and smoother. Okay. So anyways, the reason... Oh, God, that's terrible to close. The reason I'm going to be carrying this guy is so that I'm not tempted to bust out the Z Hunter in all but the gravest of extremes. Throwing it in the trash might improve the action. Oh, that's true. Oh, yes, it would. So anyways, yeah, that's gonna be my upcoming week here, guys. There were gonna be some days when I'm probably gonna work from home, but I'm gonna hold myself to this. Any packages need to come open, gonna need if I'm doing Oh, God, what do I have to do this week? I should have thought this through. I need to be doing plexiglass carving at home, and I'm going to have this knife. Oh, man. And then I'll be going in. Oh, God, I'm giving a presentation. Ah, okay. I'm going to do this. This is how much I love you, Patreon patrons. Right here. This is a pledge of my soul. The lanyard hole. Oh, there is a lanyard hole. But the lanyard hole is covered by the clip. Okay. That really, thank you, by the way, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, this has a lanyard hole that is underneath the money slash pocket clip, which is just really spectacular. Um, is the lanyard hole not even actually aligned? No, the bottom lanyard hole is kind of aligned, rough. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, so my evening task here is going to be to put a spectacular edge on this here Z Hunter, and on the Chimerica piece down here. I wonder if I can sharpen the other side. I probably could. But then what if I sharpen? No, if I sharpen the other side, this part's going to be open and cut me open all week. Oh, wait, hold on. I wonder, can I put this in a pocket slip? I could probably do that. Do I have a pocket slip that this could go into? I think I do. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll do that. That'll be better. All right. So, yeah, that's where I stand here. My EDC, ladies and gentlemen. So it's time to strap on the Omega, take out the high quality knives from the pocket, and start with the Z. Anyways, I hope this has been interesting to you. Patreon patrons, I do want to take a moment to sincerely thank you for the support you've given the channel. It is true, way more than you know, especially with demonetization, that I probably couldn't have kept doing this as long as I have without your support. It does mean the world to me, even if it means this to me, that you're willing to, not only support me by watching, liking, commenting, and interacting, but also by putting a little bit of your hard-earned cash towards punishing me in this particular terrible way. I will probably be posting follow-up videos. I can't guarantee you one every day, but I will hope to do that. And actually, hold on. No. Okay, luckily I just said post a series of videos. Okay, but I'm going to try and post some follow-ups, some evidence pictures. Keep an eye on my Instagram, Nick Shabazz on Instagram, to watch my suffering.